From the latest news to your favorite tunes, we've got your back morning, night, and afternoon. Join our family, connect with your crew. Kings FM 88.5, just for you.
His Excellency George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policy. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading lights, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except for coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their star is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up to be a patriot. You have to stand first on the side of the law because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come. See in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
It's in a political hogomondogos way. Yes, the Muay Thai. We are in a debilitating, lobotomizing, and ignominious political muahaha. Political yo, political holy-poly. Tell Mr. President, we are tired of the mendacilloquence, prostitute, and sabanism. Yes, mendacilloquence, telling lies in an awful way, prostitute, propaganda. This impedimenta, combustible, and volatile lemma, in its maximum exoneration, reminds me of the biblical Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. What germinated the abnegation and repudiation? What an academic muahaha, academic yo-ho-ho, caused by these political yo-yos, political yobos, in their leadership rococo, leadership reverberation in conjunction with administrative bemusement, holy poly, and discombobulation in their obstreperous, malevolent shenanigan and hocus pocus agenda. Your boo-boo has poo-pooed into your business. The bifurcation and abdication of the vision in the name of honorificability to the Nitatibos, just to score cheap political points. Then floxing now, sinihilipilificating. You see, the stilty, politicals of torrent rodomotates and defalcators that you and I know, the lab annotation of their eleemosinaries, ostentatious and libidinous lifestyle, shows that they are out. Oh, obliteration, mutilation, decapitation. Say no to this academic bantigism, academic noctambulism, and academic malocclusion, which their children are not part of. It's in a political hogomondogos way. Yes, the Muay Thai. We are in a debilitating, lobotomizing, and ignominious political muahaha. Political yo, political holy poly. Tell Mr. President, we are tired of the mendacilloquence, prostitute, and zabanism. Yes, mendacilloquence, telling lies in an awful way, prostitute, propaganda. Is in a political somnambulism and malocclusion. It's in a financial and economic bantigism. Look at the way the game politics is becoming a bugaboo. What a political holy bully. What a political hoity-toity. What a political foodie-doody. What a political hocus pocus they have come with. What a political jabberwock. What a political poppycock. What a political gobbledygook. With this consternation, I ask that you accept my pentinacious circumlocution. Accept my pentinacious circumambagous grandiloquence and magniloquence. But I will tell you this, I will not koto in Japoho. I will refuse to koto in Japoho. Thank you. It is appalling. That is the reason I've been in a compendious laconic lacuna, not a recapitulation. But let me tell you this, that it is Leka and Polcratidinus that in a legotla, in an imbizo, flagitious and enervating lematas were excogitatedly ruminate how the recidivistical politicals move from budget disappearance to budget doctoration. But now we are faced with a debilitating, exasperating thing with a financial lobotomization. But I pray that this will not ignite a clamorous remonstration. Now, come to think of it, how dare they deplete the citizens of their obstreperous and vociferous modus vivendi? Enough of this vilification and solipsism. This is execrably pugnacious, pestilential, and attenuating. Imagine the imbibition of the political rodomontates, which has kept us in an abject ululation. Why? This is sardonic, opprobrious, malevolent, contumelious, erroneous, lugubrious, and exasperating. What a political baloney. What a political ballyhoo. What a political bunkum. Balderdash and hogwash. At this point, I will borrow the words of the great sesquipedalian logomanian that it is crystal clear, like the biblical meneteke you foreseen, that this administration has no blueprint on socio-economic matters. But I will advise you to tell Mr. President that following his antecedent and pedigree, we know him, he can do better. Tell him to do better. But at this point, we will not koto in their poho. That is what you get when the hobo, pejoratively hobnobs with the hobgoblin, have been bamboozled, razzle-dazzled, razzmatazz politically. Where I said he was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is a way of saying the president was fantastic. But his political enemies said he was suffering from what I describe as new mono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconios. It's a word that is supposed to be called silicosis, meaning a lung disease. But in search for the longest word in the dictionary, they pep it up to become a 45-letter word, which is new mono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to stick to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
The ultimate judge. Another day, we are grateful, we are thankful. Welcome. It's Real Talk. We go real. We have a grudge against nobody, develop hate against no institution, but we all have one thing in common called the common denominator, Liberia. We are stakeholders to make it better. I'm Sam Andrews. Grateful to God we are having kept watch over us last night and has set us into this day. A day that is a great day, good day, a godly day, because it's never a good day when it's not a godly day. It is a good day when it is godly, meaning acknowledging God. He kept watch over us. We are grateful. We are thankful. Another day, and it is the weekend. So it's TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Before TGIF, there's TGIM, TGIT, TGIW, TGIT, TGIF, and then it goes to TGIS, and then TGIS, and TGIM. It goes back to T. So it's going to be, right now, it's thank God it's Friday. So tomorrow, thank God it's Monday. Sunday, thank God it's Sunday. And then Monday, thank God it's Monday. TGIF. Great day. So we are grateful. Yes. We are grateful. So we got a couple of things on our plate, just so you know. At 4 o'clock, we talk with the guys from the National Youth Wing, Liberian People's Party. They will be in to share their perspective on things unfolding within the party and where they think the party is headed. That will be at 4 o'clock. You don't want to miss out on that conversation. Until that time, we've got a couple of things to look at. The Ministry of Information people and say clearinghouse. That clearinghouse means they're ready to deal with opposition politicians. They're where the strength is. Yeah, they're where the strength is. They're not strong in information, proper, professional, coordinated, screen information dissemination. They're not school in it. Even if they are school in it, they drift from that by political indoctrination. So they are more bombastic, more ballistic than they can disseminate a simple information. So under Boakai's regime, the information ministry has become a causing ministry. So you can refer to it as the Ministry of Information and Causing Affairs. So they're giving out information, but that kind of information is causing. So you call it Ministry of Information and Causing Affairs. Or if you want to cut it short, you say Ministry of Causing. That's what they are known for. They are more propagandistic, they are more ballistic, they are more unnecessarily aggressive, causing stir and heightened tension in the country. So they say clearinghouse, but I'm not using the like the clearinghouse thing to go causing people all over the place. I'm surprised at Pierre and Kula Fofana said they were going to rebrand government information dissemination. That means they were breaking away from the past. That tradition that existed wasn't a good tradition in their opinion. The information was distorted by their predecessors. Nothing was well coordinated, nothing organized. So they were breaking from that tradition and ushering in a new model of communication, rebranding. Kula Fofana said they were rebranding the presidency. Ironically, everything breaking away from the past into the present, the same. So there is no break away from the past. We've got a couple of dollars going out today because you need money. Couple of dollars called through our partners, the King's Cash Giveaway. REL, Radio Entertainment Liberia, is 10,000 and 5,000 Liberian dollars. You want to take advantage of it. It is the weekend. It might help you. Not might. It will definitely help you to get a number of things off the ground. You can take it by just playing 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and then 15,000 in your account, Liberian dollars, 15,000 in your account. Dial star 79 star 24 hatch. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. Also, another opportunity, window of opportunity, 1,000 United States dollars. You could be a candidate when you hit the jackpot. These two, you have to play as many times as you can. And then you could be a candidate for 1,000 United States dollars. Liberty Fortune Squash and Win game. 1,000. The draw is on tomorrow. Somebody might just be that candidate. It could be you. It could be your husband. It could be your daughter, your son. It could be you on that business table, behind the counter in your shop. It could be that lady trading her goods in the wheelbarrow. It could just be anybody who is playing, not the person who isn't playing but hoping for a financial breakthrough. Financial breakthrough is when you can move and take advantage of the things that will give you money because it is about money. That's how you experience financial breakthrough. You don't experience financial breakthrough by just hoping and feeling impressed that financial breakthrough will come your way. Anything on earth, you have to go for it. If you can't go for it, there will be no testimony, not at all. You have to sacrifice. Life as a whole is sacrificial. Yes, throughout, from Genesis to Revelation, no testimony on silver platter. Look at it. From Genesis all the way to the last letter of the last book, Revelation. Look up all the testimonies in the Bible, not a single on silver platter. You have to go for it. When you go for it, then it works for you. You receive it. You don't get financial breakthrough, any breakthrough for that matter, any testimony when you are just feeling impressed. Feeling impressed propels you. That means it moves you into action. Huh? And you can, yeah, they say faith without working. Yeah, faith is belief. So you are believing, just as the Pentecostal people, they go in church to get testimony. I believe in the Lord to help me with $500 to pay my children's school fee. Then God just sitting on his throne, listening and watching. He say, look at that other one. She just think that testimony from me because you're feeling impressed. Let her be there. Hey, okay, yeah, the people, they say, I believe in God to give me 500 and pay my children's school fee. And God say, boy, madam, are you serious? You have in your country the testimony already. I have set up Liberty, Fortune, Squash, and Win. That is a testimony. Won't you mind playing? And you could be that person for a 1,000 United States dollars testimony. And then you standing and asking, telling me that if God can give me 500 to just pay my children's school fee, I will not have nothing but to praise his name. God tired hearing that cliche. God heard that cliche from the very first day he created the earth. He tired hearing that thing. That ain't making sense to God at all. God said, move. And you said, the Shunammite woman, she wanted testimony. What happened? She has to move. Sarah in Genesis, she needed testimony. All those times, she had to move. Hannah needed testimony. She needed breakthrough. Hannah had to move before she experienced the breakthrough. The woman with the issue of blood, she needed breakthrough. She had to move before. That's how God works. You can cry from now to judgment day. You can feel self-sorrow for yourself or self-sorry for yourself. It will not change anything on God. You go all you can. You can even run from one end to another. You can cry throughout the night. You can go explaining from one end. You can feel sorrowful. At the end of the day, when pressure catches you, you fall down, you die, finish. God can regret that kind of death. No, he can regret it. So take advantage of these things. The King's Cash giveaway is 15,000 today. It is a breakthrough. And then you can do whatever you want. You wouldn't be complaining. 1,000 United States dollars from Liberty, Fortune, Squash, and Win. You want to take advantage of it, you could be that candidate for 1,000 United States dollars. If you can, well, it's up to you. Usman Saul, the man has the last name of the Senegalese man, Macky Sall. Yeah, Usman Saul, Gale Street, your business center. Change real good and make sure it is done and done well. Patience Wisner, Lynch Street, Roosevelt Crumam, Roosevelt Roman Roosevelt Roman is asking my people, he says, so you are promoting gambling? Well, if you consider that a gambling, anything that gave people money, the whole world centers on gambling. The whole world. You gamble, you can gamble for good life. You can gamble for bad life. If you're gambling, to come out of your poverty, God add additional blessing to that. The myopic mindset that you have, that's why keeping very many of you in poverty, because you're too super spiritual to the extent that you're engaged into things that are far demeaning, inhumane. That's what Jesus said in John 8:7. He who is clean, let him be the first to throw the stone. They say, oh, pastors ain't playing it in there. So if the pastor play gamble and the pastor get 2,000 United States dollars from it, and the pastor don't have PA system in your church, and he plays it and he get 2,000 to put PA system in your church, God will bless that pastor for using simple wisdom. But if the pastor does something that will affect another person negatively, then that's the wrong. Everything about God should go in the positive direction. It should not go in the negative direction. You see, ministers playing, everybody, the livelihood, the country, how do you get out? You think God in heaven can come down and say, all the people that are suffering like, bro, you can't, you're staying online, let me get your money. No, he creates the opportunity, and then you take advantage of it. That's how God works. You can play gamble, yeah, but the other things that you can do are more than gambling. So who is clean? So we're promoting it, yeah, for people to come out. Somebody get 1,000, imagine. A person win 1,000 United States dollars. You, Roosevelt, now if somebody just gave you 50 United States dollars, you work for it, nothing. See how you celebrate. Undeserving $50, you'll be more than happy. And you have had problem, you need money. You needed money. You went to people. No way. So assume that you took advantage of Liberty Fortune Scratch and Win, and your name came up for 1,000 United States dollars. Will you say that gamble, I'm not receiving it? You're can pokers and poverty on yourselves. Failure, Weah, Meritule, New York, that New Georgia, Georgia Oneware, Johnsonville, Stephen Barr, Matthew Choloplay. Matthew Choloplay say, even here in America, they have all those things. They have all those things there. Yeah, play and win. God create opportunities too many ways. Oh, yeah. If you sit down and say you can't do that, you can't do that, you live in poverty until some kind of way you are like Kafka. Kafka was too, and no Kafka story. I explain it to you. You go in the book, Every Rich Framer. You see Kafka story there. Samson Carey, Bon County, Boyman, Gwyneth, Jamaica Road, Saturday, Woodware, USA, Atlanta, Asata Old Dozen, Maryland, the United States, Benson Victor, Fatu Conan, Magibi County, Nathan Bear. Nathan, stop seeing you for a while. Nizo Community, Tobasi, Moses Sua, Pinsville City, Fifth, Kevin Bappin, GSA Road, Bappin Paul Lee, Johnsonville, Malu Fofana, 20th Street, Diana Dennis, Manhattan, your residence, USA, Henry T. Toe, Jackson Pony, Block C, Community Iron Factory, member of Block 13 Intellectual Center. The chairman himself is on Romancio Latupan, chairman for life, the only chairman on earth. If you have another chairman, then you please let us know. But as far as we're concerned, that is the owner chairman, the melting pot chairman, the chairman that cuts across, the chairman that don't discriminate, down to earth, common citizen chairman, just as they said, Joe, we are common citizen, a common citizen chairman there. Interestingly, the chairman is a diehard sedition, diehard Jowian. The man Jowian been a employee. Interestingly, also the man's wife, a Unity Party woman, that Joe Bwaka. You see how go get where the woman quiet. She quiet, Marie Mova. Quiet, she don't get tired. They talking about Unity Party, they blast you, all kinds of things. You be saying, listen. She get tired there. Quiet. Let's say good afternoon to you, Marie Mulba, the wife of Romancio Latupan, Rico Okenebo for short, a chairman. God can pay people good. Oh. The man is the talking tap, the woman quiet. Now the talking tap at all. What you say about Unity Party or Joe Bwaka, she don't get tired. You say all kind of thing. You're even take Bwaka, you're throwing also that she don't get tired. I got a base of people. So those two people, they gave me the picture of Elisha and Elijah. Elijah was the high tap, the talking tap, and yeah, what Elisha was the quiet tap, quiet. I can tell why God paired those two people, and you see God pair people like that in different areas. You see that in the office, at the business center, in the home, in relationship, everywhere. You see some people say, but the woman talking, the daily woman, she just shouting and screaming. See the man can't even talk, I make quiet. That how God be, God know everybody you see on earth, they pair. They paired. I have God tell it, I God working there. So Elisha was the quiet, talk less, listen more. And his boss man was the talking type because maybe he was in the forefront doing this, doing that. Yeah. That's how Mary or God look, reminds you a lot of Pancannibal. And the man celebrates his birthday on the 23rd of next month. Yeah, he is a diehard fan of Kings 88.5. I think it is the only radio station he knows in his life. Yeah, so we can be ungrateful. We acknowledge you, sir. Thank you ever so much for keeping us on your itinerary. Okay, so let's do something as quickly as we can today. Friday, we're not talking much. We will just talk something less. And then the guys are in: Ibrahim Conan, Robert Wilbur, Alfonso Tier. And then we talk at 4 o'clock and then we out. So we're not talking that drug thing, say no to drug, but it's hard. But this is what I want to say to that. Let me talk this irony. Very interesting irony. Very interesting. Try to figure out this thing. Yeah, please try to figure out this thing I'm about to share with you. Too many things came out. The news was so strong yesterday. Too many things came out. Too many things. Yes, too many things came out yesterday. The news. But before we get to that, please, I beg your understanding and your patience. Let's have a very short break. Let me attend to something. Then we talk that. We talk the next one. 4 o'clock, we face the guys, and then we are out for today and the week. Yes, they want us to think stupid. They think we are stupid. They want us to feel stupid. They know that we know. They've been celebrating hard these days. They've been celebrating hard these days. If you are a sedition, if you are If you are a sedition, well, this is the anthem. This is the anthem. Anthem means that which people know you by. If you are a sedition, then you get this song. You get this song. It motivates, it inspires, it exposes. On top of it, it puts you in the position of knowing what to do in terms of decision making, that people won't play on you, they will not use you, they will not toss you to and fro. Just listen to the wordings. It is purely political. They want us to think we have no senses. Our 5 senses are mild. They're not functioning. So they should think for us. That what the expression, they think we are stupid. And honestly, that's how politicians think of you. Politicians never see you as sound people. Politicians see you as misguided, mentally dumb people. So they feel by their education, their money, and their influence, they can use you. They can toss you to and fro. That is why politicians are more rhetorical. That means they come up with a bunch of lies, but those lies, they polish it in a way that when they send it to you, then you are excited, you are motivated. So you will believe right on the spot. You wouldn't go home to start thinking about it. You will believe right on the spot. You will take decision right on the spot. That's how they can. Except for few people, you will hear by the time they go home, they say, then they can say, but that thing that man was talking, something come to my mind here now. The way that man said that thing, I'm not too sure that man honest with what he said. Then that person too, that person explaining to, we say, but it's good, my sister. It's good you thought about it. You know the people, then they craft it. Then they start coming to get the understanding and small. The politicians will always think you are stupid. Stupid means you lack 5 senses, even though you have 5 senses, but you know how to use them. Moreover, the expression they think we are stupid, meaning they think you are poor and they have the money so they can use you. You will fall for their crumbs, just like Lazarus fell for the rich man's crumbs. The rich man, they put him in a political context. That's how the politicians think. So the rich man was excited that Lazarus was at his table feeding on his crumb. So he put on this same thing that Lazarus was stupid because Lazarus was feeding on his crumb. The politicians, that how they think of you. So get a song. If you are a sedition, get a song. You play the song in your heart. I say you must come outside, you be mugging people, you be provoking people. No. None what I'm saying. Get it? You out of Liberia, you in Liberia. If you are a sedition, that your anthem going into 2029, it will guide you. It's different. Your party CDC will come up with different things alone. But I just thought to share this with you so that it motivates you. It gives you that upbeat in your spirit. It exposes, it tells you how you ought to position yourself, how you ought to position yourself against your foes or your political enemy, the ruling establishment. So please, before we get to our first pointer in the second, then our guys are in, listen to it carefully. Just listen to the wordings and look at your society today, where you are now. Right. Thank you so much. The artist is Burning Spear, and the song is titled Not Stupid. Not Stupid. Ask the people who are doing music business, just tell them that I want Bernie Spear, not stupid. They'll get to you in your room, your house. You play a little music, you're playing, you're enjoying yourself. You're getting so much education. It's not for entertainment. It's not about entertainment. No, the guys on the other side of the political divide, Unity Party people, they can never listen to this song. They can never even play it. You know why? Because it's against them. The message is against them. So it suits you. It's for you because you in the opposition. You in the opposition, it is for you to listen to, play, listen to, get exposed, get the education, and you position yourself as you go into 2029. Huh? So you get it. You're gonna tell me if you have it already. Daniel Hayes said, okay, yeah, he got it. He's aware. He just text. He said, Bernie Spear, not stupid. Good. Yeah. Claudia Addis, he said they want us to think stupid. Yeah. But you think how the ruling establishment see the guys in the opposition or see the opposition? They see the opposition as stupid. So they want you to think stupid. They want you to act stupid. They want you to feel stupid. So they will come with all the lies and everything, and you must believe it. That it right there. It's good that you're picking it up. So all of you, you're gonna get that song. Bapping Paul say he has it. That's good. Don't use it to provoke anybody. I beg you. You don't use it to cause confusion. It's not confusion song. Not even entertainment song. The song, that education song, that exposure. It tells you of the current atmosphere you're in, how the ruling establishment see you, how they want you to think and behave, that they are your lords or they are your gods. You must bow and feed on their crumbs. When they say XYZ, you say yes, sir. They see you as slaves. Yeah. So that's why he said, what's about the slavery these days? The guys are good. They know how to pen songs. So you get it. When you ain't get it, you might not call you. Or when you ready, when you put in for A, you tell me seditions. The song that song there. Then that other one, man, one other one, AB was playing last night. I think about CDC, yeah. Yeah, one night, I think this week. Yeah, I like that one too. So I said Moke, Moke countdown. All those. Okay, I said, all the people coming. Dinah Dennis from Manhattan, USA. She said she has it. She said, Uncle Sam, I have that song on my playlist right now. That's good. You get it. You just play it. So when you see some things happening in a country, you know, the way they're responding, you just put that song on. It will suppress your emotion. It will put you in a position how and when, if ever, you should react. Good song. Get it. Yeah, those guys on that side. I bet you if opposition person, not opposition, but unity party person, a government person, government official around, and you play that song, they will move from there. Yeah? They will move from it. Just like what they can say, evil spirit. You know, when the real spirit somewhere, yeah, an evil spirit get there. The evil spirit get a tongue joking. That's how a unity party. when they arrive, you play that song, it will go in their soul, it will hit them. They will say, my man, I see you are going. They will not tell you that because of the song embarrassing them. No, but they will just say, oh, my man, I get it, other one. And sorry, madam, I had to do this, so I had to leave. That song there. All right, so let's talk this one as quickly as possible. The irony, butt naked irony. Let's talk butt naked irony. Listen to the man. Let me quote the man word for word. Let me quote him word for word. I'm not paraphrasing anything. Word for word. He said, we are the victims of drugs. We are ready to fight. We are the victims. The man put himself in the position that he's a small boy taking drugs or they drug him. Here is one of the men that drug young people, conscripted or forced them into fighting, gave them gun, gave them drug of all kind. The same man confessed. When lying on the man came up. Many times he confessed. He even went from church to church explaining. He went to crusades. He went to a number of places. They invited him to give a testimony. He explained all of those things. Here is a man who putting himself in a position like people drug him. The other thing, you see why I say you should get a song? And you see it? The man said, we are the victim. He said the people are the victim. He put himself in a meaning he was drug. This man who drug hundreds of young boys and girls and gave them gun to kill and slaughter people. He record there. Even though he said he changed to pastor. But pastor can do the kind of thing that he's doing. When you change, you change. And you saw Paul, after Paul repentance, you saw Paul talking about war, talking about challenging the person. When a person passes, he will come with his men there. You heard Paul saying all those things. Paul was focused on what he repented of and what he had before him. Paul never go and say, I persecuted, I fought war, and I know about gun. Paul did not say all of those things. When you change, repentance means you will not talk about those things that you were in, those things that you did. You will not talk about them. The reason, if you talk about it, you will start to take the people's minds back. Already, people are still living with that psychological scars. They drug young people here. They kill hundreds of thousands of young boys and girls by giving them a gun. Today, because they say no to drugs, what initiated prior to yesterday did he take to move around to discourage young boys and girls from feeding on drugs? Nothing. Only yesterday. So everybody now, they were coming out of themselves. The people kill people here. They gave people. Yeah, we know. We be in the country. But they can just stop these things and the other people just stop it. You see, people, it's not good to talk about the past. Though you can forget about the past, but you can use the past in the present. But because some of you are so immature, people will always talk about your past, how you killed people, you buried people, you opened women's stomach, pregnant women, you caught women, you buried them alive. These things we should not be talking about them, but you force us to talk about them because you're portraying yourselves like you're so better than the other people. You know, you killed people here. We know. I am a witness because God did not allow me to leave this country throughout the 1990 war. I stay here. Throughout. All of my friends left. God said, Sam, you will stay here. You will see things. You will walk amongst dead bodies. You will step into dead bodies, rotten ones, fresh ones. So you will know. Then when you sit on kings, you know how to educate people. You know what it is. God allowed people to go through those things. That's why Martin Luther King said, one of the reasons that God has allowed me to live in this period is to see what is unfolding in history so that you will guide the generation now and the future. You kill people here. We should not be talking. It's not good for our society. But you people aren't keeping your mouth shut. You open pregnant women's stomach here. You took the baby out. You play fun with it. You throw the baby. 3-4 rebels will just chunk the baby from the other person to that other person. Then the next person will take the knife while the baby is coming and just sending a cut into two. You stop, man. You stop, chief. Can't talk about we are the victims of drugs. What victim? You're victim. You're victimized. Okay. Then this one quickly. The United Methodist Church. The United Methodist Church. The United Methodist Church called the United Methodist Church on, is it 13th Street, called Estrowen Nangbe United Methodist Church, ST Nangbe for short, shut down temporarily. Confusion, clash between the men, women of God, other people. So they say, okay, just like Paul say, so since it's the case, then let the women not do this. A similar idea. So since there is confusion amongst the clergy and it has reached to this level, so we'll shut the church down until the matter is resolved. I am using that situation to tell you that the rumor that came out assumed that it was the government's making and it has substance in it and it took effect. That's how it was going to be. When the government realizes a confusion in a given place, then what happened? They move in and shut that church down until they can find solution. So the government will be controlling the church, then the church controlling itself. I just thought to share that with you so that you have a picture. And when these things coming up, you give your careful thought about it. That's how it was going to be. So the church is down, closed temporarily until the matter is resolved. Then Estrowen Nangbe United Methodist Church or ST Nangbe will be reopened. So assume that the idea went into full effect for the regulation of churches. That's the example you see there. So okay, church A, they're having this, they're having that. They can understand themselves. The government move in, shut it down. If it is Saturday, they will shut it down. Sunday, whatever, they will shut it down. Monday, they will shut it down. Okay, so that's it there. You get your songs, yeah? Time is of the essence. Okay, the guys are in from the political party, Liberian People's Party, the youth wing, 3 individuals, Ibrahim Conan, chairman, Robert Weber, national vice chair for administration, and Alfonso Tue, vice chair for reconstruction, for recruitment and mobilization. They are here to share their perspective of what is unfolding in the party's position on certain issue vis-a-vis other issues nationally. Let me say, gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk on Kings 88.5. All right. So they are again from the Liberian People's Party, Ibrahim Conan. He is the chairman. Robert Weber, national vice chairman. For administration, Alfonso Tue, Vice Chair for Recruitment and Mobilization. They are from the youth wing of Liberian People's Party, one of the political parties in Liberia. Let me say, gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk on Kings 88.5.
It's a pleasure being here. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. And let me say kudos to the Kings FM family. We are grateful for giving us this opportunity to apply, to appear on your platform. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I want to say thank you to the Kings FM family. And we are here to speak on a lot of issues within the Liberian People's Party.
That's good. All right. So before we get started, let's then a minute break. So let's get started. Well, let's start with the chairman of the youth wing, Abraham. Just give us a little understanding, the atmosphere, before we can get into the specifics of the party. How is it faring?
Oh, so once again, I want to thank you to the Kings FM family. My name is Abraham Kone. I preside all the National Youth Congress of the Liberian People's Party. And before I start my conversations, come chair, let us observe a movement of silence. Okay, so the reason all of the time that will appear on Firo platform will let us observe the movement of silence because of the founding father of the Liberian People's Party, the first chairman, the late Dr. Amos Cordial Soldier, a father of multi-party democracy. And we are good in LPP. And the party is on course. The party is not for individual. Whether you serve as stand-up bro, the party remain after elections. The chair of the party run the day-to-day activity of the party. So we are here on so many reasons. On so many reasons that today we are here. And we want to inform the Liberian people about one purported integrity account. One purported integrity account called Councillor Gonglo. He is the former standard bearer of the Liberian People's Party. And we also want to inform the public, as the angle of the youth wing, that purported integrity account does not have integrity. The reason is very simple. If Mr. Sam Andrew is the head of King's FM, if King FM is a political party, then people within the institution, county checks, went for convention, and the people select you or elect you on their party tickets. Automatically, you become a property of the party. So, every other activity, single activity that will be held by you, that should be in the consultation of the National Executive Committee of our party. The man who spoke on the rule of law does not respect the constitution of LPP. the man who also spoke on freedom of speech does not respect a view of the people within the party. So that's the reason we are here today, to inform the Liberian people that that purported integrity outcome does not have integrity.
What are those things, lack of integrity, or those integrity issues that he ought to have, or you people expect to see in the party, and those things are not?
The first thing, big brother St. Andrew, if you follow the historicity of the Liberian People's Party, this party was founded on the third congress of the Movement of Justice in Africa, Mojat. And the founding father of that party was the late Dr. Emokoda Soldier. And the first standard bearer of that party is Dabana Tipote, James Fomoyan, Dr. H. Boyman family, and the name goes on. The reason of re-establishing this institution, it was based on transparency and accountability. And our people were marginalized by the Chewy party. That's the reason this party was founded, where young men and women, conscious men and women, to provide and create a smooth political environment for the ordinary people. You come from that background, you Councillor Gonglot. During the 2023 elections, he was elected as a stand-up bearer of the Liberian People's Party. We have that convention in the Lutheran compound in Monserrado. After you have reached to that stage as a stand-up bearer, you have the opportunity to travel in the United States of America on a fundraising program. You went the first time, you retained. You did not come to the National Executive Committee to inform the National Executive Committee about what happened in America. The fund you raised, what happened there, you did not inform us. You went back for the second time. Your return, the National Executive Committee of the Liberian People's Party called for a National Executive Committee meeting.
Was the fundraiser the party's initiative or personal?
The fundraiser in America, the 13 states that the former stand-up bearer visited in America, it was arranged by the Liberian People's Party. And also, another trip was not arranged by the Liberian People's Party. It was supporter of non-supporter of LPP and supporter of LPP. But the argument here is that the individual that went to the United States, he is a property in 2023 for the Liberian People's Party.
So there wasn't a report to you people about the fundraiser?
Yeah, we are driving on, Mr. Andrew. National Executive Committee called Mr. Gonglo to a meeting. Say you are traveled on series of occasions. There are a lot of fundraisings that were done by you. What is the stand of the party? You know he respond to us? He looked in our faces, National Executive Committee members. He said, fund that was raised in America, it was non-partisan of LPP. So that money or that fund that was raised, it can be diverted to the Liberian People's Party.
How many dollars was raised?
We discussing close to $72,000 to $73,000. His two trips that he made. That's what we're discussing. And that funding that was raised by him, that funding was managed by his office on Asmon Street. Have a minute or small organization called in Gonglo. Here is our argument. any funding that was not used by the Liberian People's Party during the 2023 campaign, we cannot submit a report to NEC, our campaign financial report to NEC on behalf of him. That's not corruption. Money that was not used by the party during the period of elections. Then you coming to us, telling executive committee members that this funding, this report, the funding should be added in this report. On what ground?
Apart from the executive meeting and the youth wing dissatisfaction, did you guys, in your capacity, the youth wing, confront your standard bearer on that?
Yeah, we have been having serious engagement with him. And one thing I understand about most people in this country, people who decide...
Did you guys confront him on it? Did the youth wing confront him?
On series of occasions.
What was his response?
His response to us was that in a subsequent time, he was going to have a mass meeting with National Executive Committee members so we can resolve this. Since we've been on this issue, we are going to almost close to a year plus.
How many times you confronted him?
The first meeting that we called to the party headquarters, it was in February.
This year?
Yeah. It was the first meeting that we called. And after that, we arranged another meeting with the suspended chairman and him. And since then, we have been renting the chat room, doing follow-up, and no response from him, Councillor Gonglo. But let me tell the public what happened. Every time when you behind people for accountability, they always create a division within the party. That's why he did. That's why he did. He brought a auxiliary group called Gonglo Youth Movement to bring diversity within the party, because the National Youth Wing of the Liberian People's Party said, Councillor Gonglo, you have to be accountable for the funds that were raised by you. Based on this, I tell you almost close to 3 to 4, 5 months. You don't speak to me.
And you guys are at the party's headquarters regularly?
Currently, for free, rent cash over ox. Currently, the party does not have a party. We don't have a party headquarters. For the past 2 months, the place we are in Kongota.
You're renting?
Yeah, we renting. The building we new seeing in Kongota, we were our turn up, the men that we're renting from is that the building in Kongota opposite the OYX.
What is the renter? How many dollars you guys are paying?
The total money we pay for the party is around $10,000 I will pay
annually.
Yeah, annually for rent.
So how many years you're paid for?
We approached our place before the close of the elections, and we pay for close to 1 year plus. And
so the time you pay for simply the time is over.
Yeah,
so right now you are indebted to your landlord.
No, we don't owe him. The time that we pay for it, our time elapsed, and he gave us some time for us to leave, and we pack our things and
you left the party.
Yeah, we left the place. Currently,
you saying true, or you just try to create a saying to paint Councillor Tiawan Gonglo back?
So Mr. Andrew, if you are an investigating journalist, take your camera, go to Congo time, opposite Philadelphia, where they had a Ghanaian embassy, or anybody for Dr. Iribidi property. It's a cream and brown building. There when you go there, when you see LPP office there, currently when you see LPP office there, I will resign as a national youth chair of the Liberian People's Party.
So where you guys are housed now? You're just rooming?
So currently the party we don't yeah, seriously, we don't have a party headquarters.
Anywhere you guys meet, anywhere the standard bearer Gonglo is, anywhere you guys
No,
are,
he is the former standard bearer of the party.
The man-
There's our party constitution. After the election, the party does not have a standard bearer. The chairman.
But you guys held on to him as your leader until recently, when you have this misunderstanding with him, which prompted you to come out.
If you've been following the happenings with LPP, these agitations, this thing that we're saying, we don't just start it. We had our fourth press conference, we had press releases concerning this matter. We expect for this matter to be resolved. What happened to you, Councillor Gonglo, if you submit yourself to an independent audit?
So he's former.
You beyond national government.
He's former standard bearer.
He's a former standard bearer of the party. You beyond national government, people within government to submit themselves to independent audit, and then you refuse to submit yourself.
Okay, Chairman Abraham, let's hear the vice chair for administration, the man who manages the day-to-day affairs of the party. Robert, let's hear you, my man.
Yeah, thank you so much. There's this point I want to make clear. Abraham struck that point very well, but I think I need to knock the hammers on the heads of the nail. The reality is that the Liberian People's Party is a revolutionary political institution, and we do not function like the normal other political party around here, where after elections, the position called standard bearer cease to exist in our party structure. So we only respect Councillor Gonglo as a senior partisan for that at that level, but that privileges, those rights that were accorded in during election year, right after the election, those privileges, in fact, the position ceased to exist. Now, these are some of our points that we want to make here. Gonglo, bearing the emblem of the Liberian People's Party, went to the United States of America on 2 separate occasions. On those 2 occasions, Gonglo raised funds. When executive committee members invited Gonglo to inquire about funds that were raised and the way forward in terms of the party managing those funds, Gonglo had nothing to say to executive committee member, but to let them know that the funds were raised by a group called Gonglo Global, or Team Gonglo Global also. And then, after some time, and we started mounting this pressure, Gonglo now and his board, one Yangwe Zeze, who is being expelled from our party, former chairman of our party, Yangwe Zeze. And I normally see him masquerading the corridor and screaming chairmanship of our party. Let the Liberian people know that Yangwe Zeze is former chairman of the Liberian People's Party.
You expel him?
The executive committee expelled Yangwe Zeze.
Who are those that constitute the executive committee?
The executive committee largely includes the county chapters. It includes the county chapter and the secretary general, the mobilization co-chair, vice chair for operation and political affairs. They all constitute that EC. And they expel him for a lot of missteps. And we're interested to know that, in fact, before we even reach that point for Yangwe Zeze to be expelled, on 3 to 5 different occasions, Gonglo were begging for mercy for Yangwe Zeze. Yangwe Zeze was making unilateral decisions on behalf of the party. Who does that? You are the chairman of the party. That does not give you the right to make unilateral decision without the consent of the people in the EC. That was disrespectful. And that is against our law. Based on that, Yangwe Zeze was being expelled. The same thing Councillor Gonglo is involved with. Now, Gonglo and Nyangwa Zeze have created, they have fabricated their own youth movement. I mean, there's one guy who released a press statement called One Mohammed Digbe of recent, mentioning my name, categorically attacking my character. And I know Mohammed Digbe. I know Mohammed Digbe very well. I've known him to be, a decent brother. But his response of recent gave me another thought about Mohammed Digbe. For Mohammed Digbe that I know, who chairs the Vanguard Unification Party at the University of Liberia, to allow himself to be koto by Gonglo and one Nyangwa Zeze to say he LPP Youth League chair. So I also there release, countering his release, and I asked some fundamental questions in our release. What gave him the right? What does the authority come from? In our party, before you serve in any position, you must have come from Congress or must have enjoyed the support or the endorsement of EC member just in case there should be an appointment. You can't come over there and one Nyangwa Zeze, and you will organize this and you youth league chair. So these are the contradictions we are sharpening or we are fixing at the level of our party. Now, fast forward. After elections, the LPP largely supported the Unity Party government to some extent. And like the late Prince Johnson can normally say, political reward are not in heaven, they are on earth. And this is where some of the things that Gonglo take on the media and present himself as an angel. This is where we want to expose the dark side of Councillor Gonglo. Gonglo is currently frowning on government, particularly the president, about nepotism. Based on whatever arrangement, the Liberian People's Party got a leverage with the Environmental Protection Agency, which our former Vice Senator bearer, Dr. Emmanuel Ure Yapaulo, is the executive director. And we're interested to know that Gonglo also served there as consultant. So,
consultant on what?
At the EPA, he's a consultant. I sure he'd be a legal consultant about the situation is.
Okay.
But this is our point here.
How did you get to know that?
We did our own intelligence. We have our own intelligence. We did our own investigation. And this is what we were able to establish. Opportunities that came for young people from the Liberian People's Party to benefit, those opportunities were thwarted by Gonglo. In fact, just today, before I even got to the studio.
How credible is that information that your standard bearer,
I would prefer
benefits from EPA?
I would prefer you using former standard bearer, please, for the sake of the conversation.
But I do not have anything formal that he is the former.
Yeah, until
we can have that. It's your position.
We are telling you what our party constitution says. If you need a copy, we might give it to you. But we're telling you what our constitution says. And that's what we live by. So Gonglo is our former standard bearer. Now, this is the issue. I was in flight. I told you while making my way here, I met one of the party, one of the youth league member, one of the foot soldiers from the youth league. He reached out to me, oh, leader, where are we? And all this kind of thing. And he started voicing out. He said, all of the running around we deal with, the papier, the old man, this. He said, man, we're interested to know that when the opportunity came, we're all silent. He said, I was even shocked that the Yabo from Gonglo Horse is being employed at EPA. The guy who used to be in Gonglo Yard and cutting grass has an employment with the EPA. And 4 soldiers who left that school, You know, the LPP really, largely they're not campaigning in city centers area. Most of our campaigns were done in the rural area. The most remote places. There where our campaigns were done. Young people were raising their lives. Young people were raising their lives, going to do a thing, and then opportunity come, you choose to twat it to few young people who are largely connected to you. Your sister's son is also employed at EPA. And I tell God intelligent.
But the sister's son qualified.
We don't have an issue with him being qualified. You should understand when in politics.
You consider that nepotism?
Definitely. Especially where large amount of the.
But the man is not at EPA.
The man is a consultant there. In fact, Gongo is the indirect. Gongo is the indirect. Gongo is the indirect. Put me on record for this.
Being a consultant, it
Gongo is the
suggest
indirect.
That's
Gongo
nepotism.
is the indirect executive director of EPA.
But do you know it doesn't suggest nepotism?
Whatever or however you want to classify it, but this is our argument. That is the base of our argument. You will not have young people after making all of these sacrifices and you choose to handpick your family members and thinking him building army for himself because getting so intelligent he got some interest to resurface 2029. So he thinking him building army for himself, creating, applying the divine root theory and all those kind of things. So we here to inform the Liberian people that Congo is our former stand-up bearer, and the release that came out of Mohamed Dugbe. In fact, Mohamed Dugbe holds no membership with the Liberian People's Party. I verified that day morning with the vice chair for mobilization and membership of the Liberian People's Party. Mohamed Dugbe is not a member. This is the history of Mohamed Dugbe. Mohamed Dugbe came to the Liberian People's Party. Not really the Liberian People's Party, but he came as an exonerate group called Gonglo Youth Movement. So how would that guy just jump over there and say?
And throughout the party, throughout the activities of the party, he been around. You've been seeing him. You had no problem. You endorsed that. So you allow yourself to be bullied. He bullied you.
So bully us in what sense?
But you're accepted. You're just raising concern now.
Which concern? Accepted what?
You accepted him.
Accepted Tiwe. Every political institution will have auxiliaries. As a political institution, your presence largely cannot be felt across all sectors at once.
All right, Rabbi. Let's move on to Tue. Let's hear you, Tue. What's your position? Face the mic. Go. Face it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Once again, let me say a big thank you to the Kings FM family. We do appreciate you for giving us this opportunity to appear on your platform. Once again, my name is Alfonso Estue. I hails from Weah G County, the son of the Republic of Liberia. Let me begin by saying the best predator of facial performance and facial behavior. Okay, thank you. Let me begin by saying the best behavior of facial performance and facial behavior, it is past performance and past behavior, and we include the present. Councillor Gonglo, as I sit in the studio currently, I'm crying within. You're not seeing tears. You're not seeing tears rolling, from my eyes, but I'm crying and also rejoicing that the God I will serve, I'm a Christian, I believe in the Holy Bible. I go to church. God knows the reason for which Councillor Gonglo never even make an attempt when it comes to the national elections. Sitting currently as vice chair for mobilization and recruitment from the angle of the Liberian People's Party, LPP, youth wing. I have hundreds of young people. Across Liberia that calling me every day, Alfonso Tue, where are we, comrade? So you're enjoying, especially for some of our brothers are in Budu. The rest of the counties, we have structures. We have structures in the rest of the counties. If this platform want us to provide that, yes, we will bring it. As mobilization chair for the angle of the young people, I was able in my own way. In fact, let me make the Liberian people to understand something, right? We have no reason of us criticizing Councillor Gonglo that I support here. My name is Alfonso S. Tuwe, Tuweh. Now, go on Facebook and put in Alfonso S. Tuwe, my previous post. You see everything. I supported Councillor Gonglo with my blood and sweat. I use my own school fee. My mother did not know about that. My parents, my supporters, people that believe in some of us, they didn't know. I use my school fee as second semester freshman student. I took my own money from one university to another. Not only that, we went beyond high schools, mobilizing the young people, telling them, selling Councillor Gonglo, like, yes, indeed, Councillor Gonglo is a right man. He's a human rights advocate. He's an integrity icon. When I was coming here as a young man, I started reading about Councillor Gonglo. I built interest in him. In fact, Councillor Gonglo is one of those that really inspired me to read criminal justice currently. I'm a criminal justice student at the Amy Zion University. I'm a senior student. I'll be graduating the year by God's grace. So, we have no reason of us say criticizing. I see some people coming in my inbox, people calling me, well, I want to support the papi repetition, the papi like integrity icon and this, that. They think they will know about Gonglo. The best way you can really know somebody, let me break it down because I want for the old man. All the old man.
You know plenty thing about him, man.
People, I come in chief. Let me make for our the people that go to school.
I know you will go to that one where you say, when you say in laboratory, we know plenty things. It means deep things there.
Oh, more than deep there. More than deep.
Explain some of those.
Thank you. The issue is we are here for a specific topic. We are calling on the National Executive Committee of the Liberian People's Party to expel. You know, if you having a conversation,
you say your nose on deep things about
Chief. Hello,
radio that time.
Hello, Chief.
Go
So
to
you
the
don't
line.
go watch him.
So
I'm coming.
Just go there.
So I said it right. I'm proceeding. Can you please give me the time?
High low. Just go straight to the point.
I do appreciate it for that.
Go straight to the point. Say it.
So, right? The issue that brought us here today, we are calling on the National Executive Committee of the Liberian People's Party, LPP, to take serious action against Councillor Tiewon C. Gonglo and Dr. Emmanuel Ure Yakpawuro. One man that came from nowhere and Gonglo brought him over. We accepted him. If I want Gongolo brought him, I was one of those I critique. Dr. Ure and myself, the last time we ever have a conversation, it was doing the runoff. Let me say this today to the Liberian people.
The thing you say, you know plenty thing about the mail, plenty deep thing there.
So
I
Chief,
say, talk about son.
so Chief,
we know that you know the man, the man knows
right?
you.
No, I don't want
issue.
you to put. I don't want you to put me off track, right? Like I said to you, I hail from the University of Amy Zion, and I read criminal justice. I'm a paralegal. Everything I post on my official page, I can better defend that. Everything that I say, I can better defend myself than nobody. So I bet
you want him out.
Yeah, definitely.
You want him out of the party, even though he is by your constitution, according to the former.
Okay.
But you guys want him out. Let's go back to the chairman Abraham.
Thank you.
You want him out?
Yeah, we are calling on the National Executive Committee of the Liberian People's Party to expel Councillor Gongolo. And that
the executive committee should do that.
Yeah, the National Executive Committee, because in our party,
you guys are part of. You're part of the.
Yeah, I'm the current National Youth Chair. I'm part of the National Executive Committee of the party. So in our party,
what has been the executive committee position on this?
So on this issue of Councillor Gongolo, he misconduct, disrespecting party executive committee members, not respecting the constitution of our party.
Has any executive committee member or members raised concern, expressed disagreement about Gongolo, as you people have?
Yeah, even the current chairman of the party, the man who presides all the Liberian People's Party, Major T. Samukite, we have been raising that issue. But Mr. Andrew, when you were speaking to Mr. Robert Weber, then I heard you saying this is not nepotism. What you're asking whether they are not qualified. Call the councillor. After the election, the young people of the Liberian People's Party, we met with him and we asking the way forward the young people as EPA. You know he respond? EPA for science students. That's what they respond to us. So we are asking him now whether he says to son, that science student, the one who is currently astronometer inspector.
As inspector for EPA.
Hey, yeah, boy. That science student. His sister son who graduated from UMU, who are in a law firm. That science students. Eh? You want to know the reason why we want to stop this in this country? While you preaching integrity, you should be a symbol of integrity. Or you want to know the runoff of the election? Why LPP were endorsing the United Party? Why Councillor Gongolo sit on the side high himself? He loved to speak. He loved to speak to journalists. But while are they? He said in the corner, we have to stop the double standard game in this country. We are not sardine politicians. People can pack on and decide for us. We are young people. And most political leader in this country does not respect the young people. You call him, ask him what the reason.
They see you as people they can use to achieve their goal.
What the reason? Mr. Andrew, you call him, have interview with him. What the reason the day the Liberian People Party endorsed the Unity Party, where you sit in the corner? Oh, you don't want to know? You're asking.
He sat in the corner. What you mean?
Yeah, you're asking.
At the event, he sat in the corner.
Yeah, why he did that?
Didn't come on camera.
No.
Didn't want to be seen.
No.
Ask him.
That's why you consider.
After the endorsement, Chief, I was saying something. Yeah? After the endorsement, he was there in the conference hall. He sat in the corner. After the party endorsed, I want for Councillor Gongolo to prove me or any other journalist, any other media institution in this country to prove me
So
wrong.
what are you
Mr.
saying?
Andrew.
What are you saying by that? That
Mr. Andrew.
either he wasn't in favor of the endorsement or he was in
So he
favor.
was playing. He was playing double standard game. You were the past government. You were the past government. At the same time, you won't be with the party.
Yes.
What's that?
Yes.
You call that integrity or transparency during the run of the elections. Any other media institutions can bring any prima facie that they saw Councillor Gongo campaigning for United Party. I will resign as the National Youth Chair of the Liberal People's Party. You will not see him. The reason was very simple. You're calling, you're asking, say the picker, the web picker.
But stand up,
Mr. Andrew, we need to say this. I come here, give me your meaning. You call him the web picker that was brand during the period of the elections. You're asking who get rid of him?
White picker?
The web picker.
Where it came from?
Yeah.
But the man is capable of buying. The man is well-to-do. He's financially balanced. He's been in lawyering for years, so he can afford for himself.
So let me ask you: if you, here as the manager of this entity, if you buy Margot phone, the workers or board member will not know that you purchased Margot or Margot phone or even pen. You want to say that to me? I'm not going to agree with you. You're asking. So I come in, Mr. Andrew.
He was feeding. He was feeding on. Wait. He was feeding on CDC and Unity Party at the same time.
That's a double standard game he was playing.
Collecting from CDC and collecting from Unity Party.
That's a double standard game he was playing. We need to be clear.
So he got pickup, he got car from Unity
Party. You're asking where you told the pickup from?
So your party did not have cars?
So there where I'm driving at. You know when you present yourself as an angel and people see you as an angel,
you should be the angel.
You should be the angel.
Your party didn't have cars.
That's where I'm coming from. And during the period of the election, I challenged the surrogates of Councillor Gonglo, even him, to say Date's motor bag was presented by me, Councillor Gonglo, to the Liberal People's Party. Party star executive member of the party. We want to go to the party here, Kolo. Transport the young people way. But asking the two cars that came, the black pickup plus the GV when you say that came back in Gonglo, why you were parked? Not to a law firm.
Not at the party headquarters.
To a office on Asmore Street.
And you guys weren't raising these concerns.
We raised this concern in chat room. We raised the concern in National Executive Committee meeting. And we have to stop this. We don't have issue with him, people being stand up, bro, like that Tipote 2017 was HB family. The party chairman then was the current senator of Lofa County, Joseph Jala, former security advisor to President Weah, Jefferson Kamo, the secretary general. We have a lot of great people that preserve all this institution.
Is this not an exercise in futility that he's not going to give into you guys whatever you guys are doing? He's not going to engage you guys or give into. So it is an exercise in futility, isn't it?
No, our target, we're not looking for attention from Gonglo. Our target is to ensure that the executive committee can act on our demands. That's our target. Once we can get the executive committee to act on our demand and Gonglo and his likes are expelled from our party, we are okay. We are okay. You agree with me that it pains when you see what you struggle for and other people to some extent are benefiting. I'm saying this because I will not call that senior brother name. There's another senior colleague of our party The man was a son directly with Gonglo. Then Nella be roller or beyond or we appear on radio stations. We issue press statements, we statements, we do press releases, we will do most of the crafting. Today, that be roller is still jobless. Why Gonglo Yabo? I mean somebody with master degree. The senior brother talking about holds a master degree in communications. That senior brother is still jobless. You know, trying to manage and say on one or two things. While Gonglo sister son is inspector to settlement. He Yabo work with EPA. Those are the affront in our faces. Those are the affront in our faces. And you say we should sit and crank our legs and clap for Gonglo? No. Gonglo and Mayuwe Yabablo must is a matter of must. With the executive committee, they must be expelled from our party. In fact, we have crossed the line of even talking or settling things. We want it out.
You are responsible for recruitment and mobilization. So it means you're going to be de-recruiting. You're going to be removing instead of adding until Gonglo is out.
People, let me say this again, right? I said this earlier. Currently, as I sit in the studio, I have hundreds of young people across Liberia. Some of the comments feed, some of the comments feed like Alfonso Tue, Abraham Kone, Robert Webo, and the rest of the comrades, Fatimata Al Kamara, the rest of the comrades, they are the ones that are enjoying the benefit of LPP youth wing. LPP slug that the Union Party gave to LPP is EPA. Okay, forget about me. For me, I'm so grateful, people. I'm so grateful to God for me, right? I'm grateful to God. I don't have everything. I'm struggling, but at least God.
You were responsible for recruitment and mobilization.
Okay.
That is a strong demographic or base of the organization or the political party.
Okay.
With such unfolding within your party, what are you doing in that area? Because it's demoralizing.
Thank you. Like I said earlier, I said something, probably maybe you didn't really get it, right? I use my own school fees as second semester student, freshman student, second semester freshman student at the Arizona University. At the time, I used my own school fee to support Councillor Gonglo to go in heaven. The Congress here knows that. People within the party knows that. They testify to that. I use my own money to recruit. Gonglo say he never have money. Gonglo will pass him and say, oh, the party not get money, yo. The party not get money, yo. Passing around, you think it's scheming. Like I said earlier, right? We know plenty of things. I understand plenty of things. As anybody from Gonglo family, whether they not know me, I hail from River GI from the Southeast, but I decided to support Gonglo because of his intellectual abilities. When I was coming up, right? Gonglo was one of those that really started following the age by my family, the rest of the progressive big brothers and the veterans. They inspire some of us. So I have hundreds of young people. We have sculptures in the 15 counties. The Liberian People's Party. Go over. We have sculptures. We got good sculptures. We have chairpersons.
How are they sustained?
Thank you. This is where I'm going now. They keep calling me back to back. Comrades, where are we? So nothing here for us. I mean, you have put it that way. Comrades, what they call is here. Comrades, Alfonso, my man. So what is going on now? So you're the one more. You're enjoying all the things and days. I said no, comrade. We are, we trying to post some things in place. But you know how long we had but you ask the chairman, say, why you refuse to start raising issues? We started raising these issues long time. We engage into it. Currently, black man number. You go on my official page, Alfonso S2TUWEH. Go on my official page and see my favorite post that I did for Council doing a campaign. I travel in the 15 counties with Council Gonglo. I challenge him.
to say I was responsible for the young people. But you know what? I never had a dime. Because I'm not brave. If I say, you know what I mean, let me, you know, the last time I was CEO, so the last time I was invited, the chairman and myself, as CEO, and then we were discussing some of these issues. So yeah, it's looking funny, but it's very serious. Because I'm going to get in mind. In brave. Very, very brave enough. You will travel like in 2-3 counties during the campaign time that Big Brother Eagle. Let's say, for example, for Lova, we went Bagedu. When we arrived in the morning at 12, what happened? At the end of the day, comrades that we carry alone on a trip, the Baba can look at you. He's a progressive man. Let me look at you, make you 150 liberty. Let me just bring it out 150 liberty LD. 150 LD, let me tell you.
For what?
Let me tell you, go back pin tablet. Go back pin tablet. Then you will ask a job for the job to drive you home. He get you 150. But we have the courage because we respected him. Now I come in 1 second.
Hold on, Chief. I'm controlling you guys.
Okay.
So you are saying that everything, the party was being run from his pocket.
The man love him. He loved him around as much as right? They were everything. If they made abandon the party during the campaign period, all the resources that were raised. He went America. He went, I think Canada somewhere to raise funds.
So on the campaign trails, the party will do a budget for the various counties or where they are going, and the standard bearer does not go on all of those trips.
Thank you.
So why would you say that it was coming from his pocket? The party did not have a budget, nothing laid out.
Yeah, so Brother Andrew, like the first year for mobilization and recruitment was saying, and from the period of these conversations, it was very clear that it dined from Councillor Gonglo to the youth wing. We have our big brother there who was supporting us in the process. Even while we were in the context, we reach up to you, the young people, the Liberian People's Party will be going so, and
so you people are going from individual to individual, begging for
money. We have one of our strong supporters. Brother Andrew, we have one of our strong supporters.
You people were begging for money.
We have one of our strong supporters. We have one of our strong supporters.
And how many
everywhere you go, everywhere we go, we sit. We always.
How many dollars they were giving you, Mr. Chairman?
I'm coming.
You were told that. How many dollars you people were asking for and people are receiving?
Sometimes we reach to our big brother that for Easter we have a territory maybe in District 10 that we want to reach out to the young people there. We call big brother, not very easy over there. Okay, we'll send you 1,000, 2,000 or a 10 comrades. You take 2,000. 2,000 LD, 2,000 LD.
And you guys, your youth wing was soliciting money unknown to the standard bearer and other officials of the party.
No.
Why no?
The way I come
was it with the acquiescence or the approval of the standard bearer and the executive committee?
Brother Andrew, I'm saying to you that the youth congress of the Liberian People's Party did not receive a dime from Councillor Gonglo
as budget.
Then that was given to the youth congress. Say you all knew this amount to spearhead a territory in the rural county. I always saying this. And we have one of our.
So the party never had a budgetary system. Nothing was in place.
We did not have that the resources that were raised by the former standard bearer used by him.
Chief, this is one of the main reasons why Gonglo and Zeze are now fabricating their own kind of youth lane to fight us. Because one of our fight in the party is for these guys to give account of the resources that are being generated on behalf of our party, especially those drones that are being generated outside the country, they trade the mail to the US, the phones in Zimbabwe. We want account of it for for those phones. I just got intelligent that somebody was telling me that my Yagbaro said he spent 17,000 US to campaign in Bon Country. So I mean, those are things that are actually gingering us to push for this kind of accountability.
Accountability, one, the man, your standard bearer, in your words, former standard bearer,
thank you,
must vacate the party.
with immediate effect.
Then the party dies.
What?
You have not been following the Liberian People's Party history.
The Liberian
People Party have never gone out of men. It's an opportunity for Gongo to even say, I'm still a bearer. It's a privilege.
Who can sustain that party in the absence of Councillor Gongo?
The party survive by itself. The party is not a structure, it's not a building.
What's the membership? What's the membership? The
what?
pillow, the survival, the sustenance, the future lies with the membership.
The general membership of the party.
So what is it?
We will not disclose that to you.
No,
The general membership of the party.
no, you can be rough. You can just give an estimated figure. If your membership is 2,000, your membership is 1,005.
So the Liberal Party membership is far above that number.
So brother Andrew,
So
if you follow,
about 14 to 20, 50,000.
So brother Andrew, if you follow the 2017 elections, the 2017 election that brought the former standard bearer, Dr. H. Weah family, we campaigned in less than 2 months. Look at the chat. After the election, what was the position?
H. Weah family?
Yeah.
After you referencing the most recent
you want to use the stats.
You want to use 2023 stats.
We're not using 2023 stats. What the chair is actually pointing out.
The reason I carry to 2027, because I heard you say 2017. I heard you saying that if we push Gongo up of LPP is dead.
Isn't that true?
Far away from reality. Far away. So I come in. So bring it up. If you do your statistic, during 2017 election, that the H. Weah family contested our party ticket as a standard bearer. During the 2017 elections, who was opportune to win a seat. He represented the seat in Magibi County District number 2. Then look at the background of 2023. Our party, we don't have any seat in the House of Parliament. Currently.
No representation there?
No, currently.
Because you don't have the base for representation or
currently. So no, it not means that we don't have the base there. But I just making you to understand that. The party have men. Even come there, we say Joseph Jala. The party have men. LPP can run out of men to have multi-party democracy today that other political parties are benefiting from. Where the struggle came from? It came from Moja to LPP. So the party will have Councillor Gonglo, and LPP will survive. We will survive. We will win election in this country. We have Councillor Gonglo. Our argument here is that Mr. Amju to the Liberian people and Councillor Gonglo, the man who purported himself as integrity Akon had to submit himself to independent audit. That's our argument.
Okay, Abraham, you're watching and listening to Real Talk on Kings 88.5 on this fifth day of August 2025 with me, Samuel Andrews, my guest at the youth wing of the Liberian People Party, Abraham Conan, Chairman, Robert Weber, National Vice Chair, Administration, Alfonso 12, Vice Chair for Recruitment and Mobilization. They want their standard bearer out. Accountability not a compromise. And other issues you hear them say. You can have your say now on 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 9803 75. You want to stick to the point. Hello.
Hello, Andrew.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, this is Abraham Zoga calling you. What is God saying? It makes sense. Those Brabin and the people there, when they use, we don't use them at the end, they turn off. When they get in church, they don't get time for other people. What they give them, they ain't get time for other people because they already receive. So they don't get time for the other beginning. So the what comes to the Congo there, they can behave. Brother, your peace. Anything you take that hey, you will learn sense. Thank you.
Thank you too. Have a nice weekend. 0772 23 99 33. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I said, is there a way you can talk that the issues in-house? Is that no way possible to do it? To resolve it in-house.
They should resolve it. They should go and resolve it with their man, eh?
Yeah. And then leave the airways. It'll be better you resolve it in-house. And now, the reason why I'm saying this is that when the LPP was founded in 1985, we were very, very young. We were the young partisans of the LPP. My name is Civic, and it was banned together with UPP. I'm no longer a member of LPP.
But Councillor, you left. Why did you leave the party, Councillor Cephas?
No, it was banned by the then military regime vis-a-vis the National Democratic Party of Liberia. We had no political party. We were partyless. And for years. So when I saw the resuscitation of the party by Dr. H. Perma Formula Jr., it was quite amazing. Even though he didn't do well in the election, because the narratives that gave rise to the birth of the LPP and UPP has significantly changed, and nobody was interested in the politics of rhetoric, rhetoric politics, which we used to enjoy doing when we were young. And then people are talking about politics of tangibles. So over the years, now the father, Councillor Gonglo, became a senator of the LPP, and the way the kids are explaining it would suggest to me that it's just a one-man show. And I think that's the image they are now projecting. So if that is the case, the surest way to deal with it, I think, is to hold an in-house discussion and if possible, asking to leave. But to publicly, I think it's not good for the LPP. It undermines his own democratic credential and credibility. For example, the boy said, the man said, I don't know if I can icon. And so he must submit. He must submit to accountability. Touch me just how I call.
And you know all about the LPP. You've been around, and he is your professional colleague from a lawyering perspective. Won't it be wise, rational, if you were to proffer some suggestions on how to resolve this thing and get the party afloat?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that the issues they are raising, they are not beyond repair. They are not incurable. They are curable issues that they are raising, and those issues cannot be swept under the carpet. The best way to entertain them is to clearly call for example, a National Executive Committee meeting to do a holistic and comprehensive review of the activity, especially so when they talk about accountability. Accountability is not just only about money, it's about the way the service you render, or your stewardship. It's about your stewardship. Accountability is also about stewardship. There's a story in the Bible, I think it's in Matthew chapter 25, I think verse 21, beginning there from where the fellow left his place and went to a faraway country, and he came back, and each of those guys were made to report according to their ability. So if you want your leader to report, if you want for him to be account for services rendered, you can do it in-house. Why not?
Okay, Councillor Cephas, thank you so much for your insightful input, sir. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is Pastor Emmanuel Cooper. I call from Barnesville, District 11 precisely.
Let's hear you, Pastor Cooper.
Yeah, my take on this issue, I just want the young guys to understand that the people who live in the old order, that have been my disappointment, because those days we follow Baga Matthews. Those guys don't want to groom people. They don't want to train people. Councillor Bungalow have a bad record in terms of malpractices. When you are at that labor ministry, there's a guy who in Barnesville, he keep crying in that man's name. When they took money from the Lebanese people and robbed people of their job. So the people there, you must be living in the fear of God. Don't treat other people, dash them, use them, abuse them. There's the same kind of government will bring the power today because they are all elite people. Because LPP, that people tell them, soil them, part of the leg that to soil. So the kind of behavior in the Laprento, you want to be president for a whole nation. Then you got to kind of scan that, tinted character, then they call you integrity. You know what integrity is? You even work with Lebanese people to rob the people when you are a labor ministry. So we I just saw that the young guys have suffered. If you're on the train, you're trying to go lay, my brother. Because you'll never get nothing from the old politician there.
All right, Pastor Cooper. Thank you. Let's go to the side, the women's line. Hello.
Yeah, Andrew.
Yeah.
How you doing, my bro?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm doctor, man. Doctor.
Let's hear you.
Andrew, ki ajela, ki ajela. Andrew, I'm laughing. I'm saying, I am laughing. I'm actually in studio. You know why? And they were going to reward them with good things. They will come in studio and say, "Oh, it's coffee, Mr. Gonglo." They made for clean, man. They passed the broom all over the place. It was something all the leaders in this country for Gonglo. Or because they now exchange a ban. I said, "What can you see? No, what will you say? Oh, you people are lying. You people are lying. Oh, kiss everything. I'll bring a complaint to you. So to do what then? What do I bring to do what to Gonglo? Then go to the Gonglo, man. What am I going to see the guy explain about Gonglo? Then look why they get it. But we're saying that, oh, we're going to clean, man. A hair clean, can improve around to corruption. So I'm getting happy. And then move on and see them go home. Man, get time for that tears. Thank you.
All right, Dr. Marcy. All right. Hello. Lower your radio or cut it off. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello?
You are on the air. Let's hear you. Your name?
My name is Benuli. I'm fantastic. For I get them a trainer to say college, to take start, they will forget about it, and everything.
Mambenu, you went off 0772 2399 0886 30 4497. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Ibrahim. I call from Kitty.
Let's hear you, Ibrahim.
Yeah, Israel can Congo. For me, when I boom, I told one of my friends that maybe somebody else listening to me. There's something wrong with it. But I live to be using boom as a symbol for fighting commercial. I told them they are paying for a general job you're looking for. Because as a legal luminary, there are tools that you use to tell people you are serious about fighting commercial. Because it is law that you can use. So either use the gavel, the law book, or the constitution. When you get with the book, you say you're going to go fight commercial. There is no way in the world I know of the relevant that you can fight commercial with book. You know what sweep grass? Yes. You're going to fight commercial. So to tell you that the man is not serious about fighting commercial,
In the third world, if I show this by taking gold as a symbol before conversion, you have to trying to pay for electric board, but electric knew well. So they're going to go for it. And then why they not all say.
Thank you. Let's bring on another person. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you come from?
Yeah, I'm Kenneth Melon. I'm calling from Cowell.
Let's hear you.
Yes, I've been following the show. And one good thing that caught my attention, it was the saying that this guy, usually said the political cartel. It's just that it's unfortunate he's also a member of the cartel now, but he exposed the cartel before. Now, all of these people who classify themselves as the elite, they are part of this cartel. It's just that the young children don't understand. You can't get nothing from them. They are all scammers, a lie. You understand? I could remember when this Tiawan Gongo served as Solicitor General in this country. A young girl was killed in this country. When I listened to Tiawan Gongo that morning on the radio, he said that the conductor or test and Injatopa hang herself. There was no foul play. Wow. Before the children tried to protest for her school, everything turned around. We got to understand that Injatopa would never kill herself. She was killed by people, the same group of people who, all of them part of the elite group. And today, we are seeing our young children who don't read the history of this individual, following them to the extent to make them president in this country.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
That they don't know history. I'm listening to them, they explain a whole lot of things. Don't just follow the man because he got boom. He's my country, may offer Nimba and Memo Gonglo. You understand? But we cannot support tribal politics. You have to follow the people for nature, greater for infinity, to know their character.
Thank you, sir.
Serve as Solicitor General to that extent. Look at
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, hello. This is Andrew.
Yes.
Sam Johnson speaking.
Let's hear you, Sam Johnson.
Yeah, they tell people they were talking about city order in Weah. So why is it that they can't? They're not corruption. There are not corruption people again. Because the corruption that Weah was getting, so I think Congo get corruption in here. We're not supposed to come and be discussing about corruption. Because they know Congo was clean. That's why the main stand up there. So I think they must go and settle their differences. Yeah, the one get to tell us.
Thank you, sir. Hello.
Yes, I'm
Yeah, let's hear you, man.
Yeah, Martin, you're sorry. You're bad patient. Oh, Tapi, you're wrong. I'm Tapi. They cannot do the far for all. They want we is necessary that I want to knock out off. But they not go. Hello?
Yeah, the people listening to you.
Yeah, but they not go. You will succeed if Jesus needs. That will come. God will bless you. That man that you get behind you, whatever you're carrying, he will provide anything for you. So they can know about it. You're born there. You say get long road to pass. So you're sorry, yeah? Thank you, Asaru.
All right, my Bessie. Thank you too for calling. Have a nice day. Let's get out of Liberia with this one. Hello? Hello? You are on the air.
Okay. Hello, Brother Andrews.
Yeah, hello.
Okay. I'm Anna calling from USA, Texas, to be specific. I listen to my children in studio. I'm in sympathy with them. So what have they decided to do? Are they still going to be in that party or leave the party? Because I'm in sympathy with them. You run behind somebody, you work for somebody, and you don't get paid. It's painful. It's painful. So with me now, my concern is, are they still going to be with the party or they will leave?
Okay. Yeah, they were answered that. Keep following. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. I would love for you to share my number with them.
Okay.
If they can call me on WhatsApp.
Yeah. Okay.
Give them my number.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I will do.
Okay. Thank you.
All
okay.
Right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Hello. Yes. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. The Sabu Rasta, the faster, the general. Same. I'm joining you from Plateau in Zimbabwe. Look, sir, let me say thank you for you for the show. But for me, I will not tell nobody thank you besides you, Tim Andrew. Because Tim, you that you said it over time without number. You look, sir, let me tell you, the issue of patriotism, of gratefulness, wickedness, is something we have real people. Yesterday, you told us, oh, Tim, I'm going to go on the boom, man, he clean. So what they get to do now? But look, let me tell you, Tim Andrew, the God of President Weah, will continue to show himself. They continue to say they will confess him. They will confess it. They just start the other saying, that leader, everybody can just say so. The Bible says, be not deceived because God is not mocked. Because for whatever a man sows, so shall he reap. So say, I want to reap it. Let him bear it.
All right, Sabu Rasta. Hello.
Mr. Andrew, good evening.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me say good evening to the young comrades in studio. You know, Mr. Andrews, the one Congo, the old man, I got so much respect for him, you know, but the player I started lost the respect for Tewon Gongo during the 2023 election. Gongo said all that he had to say about Joseph Boakai. When it came to the runoff election, Tewon Gongo took a party to the Unity Party to support the Unity Party. We led to a vast tenor bearer today getting how they call it, EPA job. Okay? Mr. Gongo is not a sincere person. The young comrades who fought, they were all behind him. They all were carrying broom. Gongo only look at you Yakbawo and recommend him. I don't even think some of the young comrades are instituted there were even recommended to even get an office board job. But today, the guys are calling for accountability. He don't want to submit himself. If you claim that you are an integrity icon, then it's just fair enough to succumb to accountability because it is accountability that you were carrying around as a mantra. So it's just fair to submit yourself. So I think the comments are not wrong. So nobody can say, oh, see for the young comment. No, holiday does not go that way.
Thank you, sir. Okay, that's all. We can take, I know many of you are still calling, but 5:30, we are out. So, general guys, you can respond and include your closing comments in it.
Okay, once again, let me say a big thank you to the Kings FM family. We are very, very grateful. We are very, very grateful for giving us this opportunity to present ourselves to the Liberian people. We are not kids. We are not too young to lead. We are educated. We are serious-minded young people. We have responsibility. We have parents. We have siblings. But that's not the issue. The issue is about the comrades that struggle with us. I'm speaking as vice chair for mobilization and recruitment from the angle of the Liberian People's Party. I know how many calls I receive a day. Sometimes to even convince a comrade, you have to. So you even want to scheme, but you don't even know how to proceed with the scheming. Take your own resources to convince the comrade, keep your finger crossed. We are trying to put some things together for you guys. Like I said earlier, we have structure. We have structure across the country. Every county you go in, we have chairpersons there. We have chairpersons. During the campaign time, before Gonglo appear in any county, let somebody tell you as he say Fonto 2SA. And maybe Councilor Gonglo taking the process, he did joking with the processing. Let me say kudos to the veteran Councilor Serena Shiva. We salute you, Daddy. But the process, we're not joking with the process here. So for somebody to come here, he say, let you go back in your house and you call him. You call the entire debate. is not only limited to Kings FM. We're going across. Yeah, then we join with the processing. We will use our own money the same way we use our money. The same way we use our money to support Councillor Gonglo. That the same way we'll use our own money. 2029. Let me see Councillor Gonglo say coming up.
All right.
To proceed like this.
All right, let's go.
So I come short. So to conclude, let me say a big thank you to all of our callers. We do appreciate you. Those that criticize, those that appreciate us. We love you, but Liberia first. Thank you.
Robert, and then the chairman Abraham will close up.
So basically I will love to see the veteran Selena Seaforth. The councillor spoke well, but he made a point that I want to stress on. The fact that he recommended that we go in-house. I want you to know, if he's still following, that every approach for an in-house mitigation, an in-house resolution did not yield any result. And that's why I resorted to this action. So, like you recommend to him, Gonglo is his professional colleague. You can reach out to Gonglo. If the need be, if we see it necessary, we might not have that conversation with Gonglo. And I also want to extend thanks and appreciation to all of our callers who call and sympathize with or share our own thoughts on this matter, and those that criticize. But this is the point I want to part on. I want the Liberian people to know that the Liberian People Party got one youth leader, and that youth wing is being chaired by Abraham Corning. And there is no time, or there have never been any time in our party history that a Mohammed Dibé have gotten anywhere close to our party leadership. Mohammed Dibé and his legs are surrogates of Gonglo, and that you stay with that Gonglo youth movement. Thank you so much.
Abraham, Chairman?
Yeah, so Big Brother Andrew, once again, I want to say thank you for these friendly conversations. And I want to extend a DPS and happiest facilitation to the man who presides or the chairmanship of our party, the current acting chair, Major T. Samukite, and the National Secretary General of the party, Comrade Aaron Nelson, and the other guys. So, Big Brother Sereno C4, we want to say thanks for your argument. But this LPP you've went. We don't have personal problem with Councillor Gonglo. Council. Our argument here, the principle of this party is transparency, accountability. So, Councillor Tianwon Gonglo, who served as a former standard bearer of LPP during the 2023 elections, the LPP youth win is calling on Councillor Gonglo to submit himself to an independent audit. If you beyond people who serve in government for integrity, the people from your house too beyond you. I want to be very simple. The people from your house, your children who support you, who beyond you will say, Councillor Gonglo, submit yourself for independent audit. You can't be preaching integrity, then you run away for accountability. That contradiction. Serious contradiction. So we are calling on the National Executive Committee of our party to expel Councillor Gonglo and Dado Imare Yagbawolo who using EPA money, the resources of EPA to create fraud within our party. We are very clear with this. And this debate, this fight will continue, not the sake of me, Abraham, or Robert, but for the sake of our institution, the value and integrity of our institution. So we want to say thank you to all of the callers. We appreciate you. You have criticized us. We accept your criticism and we will move on. But Councilor Gonglo and Dr. Imare Yagbawuru, you said you spent 17,000 in Bonkande during the campaign period. So made yourself to an independent audit. We are very clear. So once again, I want to say thank you, big brother, for having us, and we appreciate the King SF family. We will always be a family loyal, not only because we have issues with that we come here. Every time there's a problem or not problem, we'll always be with you people. Long live the Bureau, long live the Liberian People's Party.
Okay, thank you all guys for coming in. They are Ibrahim Conan, Chairman, Robert Weber, National Vice Chair Administration, Alfonso Tue, Vice Chair for Reconstruction and Mobilization, Youth Wing, National Youth Wing, Liberian People's Party. My guest on the show, Real Talk on Kings 88.5. Thanks to Shemodia, who was behind the camera, and Newton Tokwa, all did extremely well with the presentation. And this is how it resets for this week to return afresh on next week, Monday. Thank you all. We go home this way. The news is on in just under 30 minutes. And then after that, at 6:50, CDC Hour with Isiaka Sharif. And after CDC Hour, you know exactly what it is. Face the issues with the only teacher light, Anthony at Law, A.B. Weah. Until next week, I'm Sam Andrews. Shalom.